Welcome to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest today is Cara Cipullo, and she is the marketing director for Mamma Mia's and Carmela's restaurants. The show you're about to see was previously recorded at WATD in November of 2014. There are a few pieces of information on some events that have already transpired. However, these are ongoing events that Mamma Mia's is a participant in, such as the New England Food Festival, as well as the Plymouth's First Night New Year's Eve, which Cara is on the committee for. So I felt it was fine to leave that information in the show. I love that Cara is already working with the committee on fine-tuning their Plymouth New Year's Eve event for 2015. So I also want to mention that Kathy D is the producer of the radio show that you're about to see. So she's the voice that you'll hear at the beginning, and you'll see Larry with the midday show pop into the background a few times as well, because his room is in the next room of where we produce the show. I hope you will enjoy the show, and if you'd like more information when the Power Show airs here on PAC TV, and when the radio show airs, and how to find the Mamma Mia's and Carmela's restaurant websites, please check out the credits at the end of the show. So without further ado, here is yet another powerful woman revealed.
Good afternoon, and welcome to WATD's Powerful Women Revealed. You're invited to enjoy an ongoing series of uplifting, educational, and intimate discussions with local powerful women that have all made the commitment to take their businesses and organizations to a higher level. These entrepreneurs have turned their dreams into reality. They work hard, outshine, and they mean business. These women reveal and share their inspirations, milestones, and successes with your host, Nicole Perry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and our topic today is really about career and relationships. Career is one of my favorite things to talk about. My guest has a background in writing, editing, marketing, and public relations. She did some freelance writing for Wicked Local Media, which I think is wicked awesome. And since 2013 is now the marketing director at P&JV Management Corporation, which is basically for Mamma Mia's and Carmela's restaurants. Cara Cipullo, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate you having me, by the way.
Oh, I'm so glad we finally get to have you on the show. I've seen you at so many events and networking things, and I've been dying to get my hands on you.
We've made it. We're in November, and we've made it.
I know.
We're getting through 2014.
Oh, my gosh.
Fine.
So let's talk about your background. You're a graduate of Cape Cod Community College, and then you received your bachelor's from Suffolk University.
Correct.
And you put yourself through college.
I did. So I got into 4Cs down in Barnstable first for a few years.
That's what they call it, 4Cs. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How cute.
4Cs.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's just a shorter way. I mean, there's always an abbreviation for everything, isn't there? And so I went there for a few years, and then they actually have a program, many programs down there, that are actual Suffolk University, Bridgewater, that you can take the classes down on Cape Cod. So I found out about that, and so I didn't want to go to Boston. There's no way that I wanted to, travel down to
commute.
4Cs was easy to get to, then turn around and have to commute to Boston all the time. So Suffolk University would come down to Cape Cod. Their teachers would come down. Everything was a whole program, so it was all the same curriculum.
Wow.
So you would take the classes down there. So I spent 5 years at 4Cs, between 3 for the Cape Cod Community College getting my associates, and then 2, actually it was kind of 2.5 for Suffolk University achieving the bachelor's in communications and journalism.
Okay. Now, did you always know that you wanted to be in journalism or marketing?
No. And I am not the perfect story, that's for sure. I
love that you say this. I'm not the perfect story.
I'm not at all.
You
far from it.
Well, you told me on the phone that you did not, always know what you wanted to do. You said you don't have a talent.
No.
Yeah, you do. That's where I want to correct you. You do have a talent. You're a people person. You're smart. You're a go-getter, and you work hard.
It's taken a long time to get where I am. I guess when I say I don't have a talent, like, I think people are born, you can sing, you can paint.
Yeah.
There's some people I know that can do both.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't do any of that. But, you know, going through college and putting myself through college, it did a lot for me. You grow up fast.
Yes.
It matures you fast. I certainly did not have any idea when I was growing up, oh yeah, I'm going to be a director of marketing at some point in my life. I'm going to be, you know, a news editor for a popular magazine. I did say, I think when I was a teenager, or maybe my early years of college, that I'd love to be an editor at a fashion magazine at some point in my life, because I love fashion and I love jewelry and I love makeup. I actually have a Facebook beauty page that I do my own little thing on.
Oh, really?
Because I love that and I love to write, but
do you sell makeup on the side?
No, I don't. I don't
You
like to
just
do
have-
any of that. But
Yeah.
I do like to help people if they're having makeup issues, or, you know, this is where you can get the best deal.
Yeah.
Obsessed with, you know, QVC and all that. So which is terrible. People would be dying laughing at that. But I like that. So I did at some point think, oh, well, I think that could be a career for me.
That would be a very rewarding career.
Yeah, so I kind of got into journalism with the fact that I was pretty good at English. I didn't fail every math class I took, but I was not good at math or science. So English was the way to go, writing was the way to go, editing was the way to go. I was on the school newspaper.
Yeah.
I was a news editor, I was a reporter, worked hard at that, and I don't know, I just kind of rolled into it.
And so the transition from writing and editing into marketing sort of just kind of all worked into
It evolved.
place?
It evolved. I think it was at my career at P&B that I kind of got into a little bit of marketing, but
You did a lot when you worked there. Now, you were there for 7 years.
did it for 7 years. So I worked full-time, went to school full-time. So a typical
That is
day.
hard
It's
to
hard,
do.
and you do it for 5 years.
I tried that. I did it when I'm a beauty school dropout, and I did
that song just from Greece just pops right in my head.
I did that for like 3 months, and you did it for like 3 years.
It burns you out, and that's why. So when I went to school for 5 years, and then I was still at P&B around 2 years, maybe a little less after that, I needed some time
Yeah.
to figure things out. And then it takes like a year to apply for jobs and to get a job in the industry nowadays. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of applications and dozens of interviews, and you know,
It's a process. It's not going to just happen just
no's
like
left
that.
and right, and
I know. As soon as you graduate, it's not like all of a sudden, boom.
it's not like that, and it's unfortunate that the world leads you to believe that things are like that nowadays, but they're not, and you have to be more realistic about it.
Now, how has your work with P&B helped you in your career today?
They got me ready for the real world, I think. It was an office job. It was an administrative assistant type of office job. I had a lot of interaction with customers, customer service, and it was like the basics of, you know, just, it was really just for me to pay my way through school, to be honest with you.
But such a great learning experience.
It was a great learning. I mean, you know, they eventually got me into the last couple of years there doing their newsletter. So I brought back their newsletter from, I don't even know, the 90s, or I'm not even sure the last time they did it. It was just, you know, very basic and boring. And I brought it back, you know, wrote all the articles for it, interviewed the drivers, interviewed people for it, and then eventually kind of did some marketing for them, did some ads. It just kind of came out of the blue.
So all of a sudden, there goes the marketing that you minored in.
I minored in marketing, so I did have a couple classes in college geared toward not graphic design, but stuff like that, advertising.
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop, Adobe, InDesign, which is all
Yep.
stuff that I use now. I do my own ads for the company. Usually I don't really delegate that stuff. So
Good.
not many marketing directors do that. I kind of do it all.
Good.
But yeah, so that kind of got me interested, and it just kind of happened and evolved in college. You know, opened the doors for me I was the most shy and quiet kid, so.
Well, you're not shy now.
No.
Now, you just went to a marketing conference.
Yes.
In Atlanta.
Yes.
Tell me what was the competition? And I say the word competition because we used it when we had our conversation. There were other marketing people there, several different ages, men and women.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was a great experience because not only I'm young, and of course, so everyone there, I mean, there were a few ladies there and gentlemen that were around my age, but they weren't marketing directors. They were there either for their boss or like marketing assistants, or not. It was just different reasons, and it was just nice to be amongst people that were like myself. Because you're not amongst those people every day. I don't really know another marketing director of restaurants. I don't. I know that they're out there, but do I ever hear about them? No. I know that a lot of people I know own their own businesses, so they kind of market for themselves.
Yeah.
But it was nice to sit down, especially with a few older ladies. No, when I say older, anyone above 29 plus, because I'm only 28. So I don't like to say, I don't want people thinking like, oh, I mean like 60 or older or something.
No, older just means older than you.
Older than me. Maybe mostly in their 40s, I would say. Obviously, they've been in the business for a while, established.
How did that make you feel?
It's inspiring. So
really learning from what they're doing, learning what not to do.
Learning what not to do, knowing that they're on the same page as you. It makes you feel good to know that other people are going through the same thing. You're not the only one that's experiencing the issues that you're experiencing. And so you get to talk to them and feel them out. And you make connections, you make friends. And now I've emailed them and LinkedIn with them.
Great.
And you can bounce ideas off them. And it's amazing when you hear that from other people that, okay, so there are other marketing directors that are going through the exact same problems. And you don't know until you talk to them. So that's the point of those marketing executive groups. Is to get a feel for what everyone else is doing. And then the meeting itself was, of course, very informative. So it's eye-opening.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go to a break, but I have one more question to ask you. You right now, so you have this incredible relationship with the Mamma Mias and Carmelas.
Yes.
With their whole family. How do you feel about your career in marketing now?
Well, I think I'm very well established in marketing now. It's amazing how that kind of happens. I was a marketing assistant for a little while at Brockton Hospital, and now I'm the person in charge of marketing. So I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Even though you minored in marketing.
Yeah.
So all of you listeners out there who are minoring in something, you never know.
It doesn't mean, you just because you got a degree in something doesn't mean that's what you have to do.
That's right. That's right.
No, and possibilities are endless.
And it's really a great thing to put yourself through school if you can.
It does a lot for you. It matured me.
I did it.
I wouldn't have it any other way. As much as I complain, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to take a break, and we'll be right back with Cara Cipullo, and she is the marketing director with Mamma Mia's and Carmela's Restaurants. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and you're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD. welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Cara Cipullo with Mamma Mia's and Carmela's. She's the marketing director. And I want to ask you now, it's very interesting that you're so young and you really strive to work hard. Why is working hard so passionate for you?
Working hard because things don't fall into your lap. And I learned that, obviously throughout my 5 years in college, that in meeting other people, talking to other people, being open to possibilities, that you're not going to get anywhere. Mm-hmm. I'm passionate about the old-fashioned hard working because, of course, I could say that I'm lucky. I guess it's a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work.
Well, I think it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of strategic, moves. That whole 7 years that you worked at P&B, really, all of that stuff gave you such a great foundation.
Right.
And the schooling, it's academic. They prepare you academically.
Right. And I was just mentioning that they prepare you academically, but they don't really prepare you for what's going to happen when you leave. Mm-hmm. And probably everybody I come across that's coming out of college or going into college or any young, I've had a couple interns as well. Actually, I have an intern right now. She just graduated.
Okay, great.
And she's kind of not sure of which direction to go in. They just don't tell you. They don't give you the advice that you need. And I'm not saying college is bad.
No, college is good.
College is great.
Yeah, college is good.
But the point is that
you're not getting the life experience.
It's not. You have to think more realistically. Mm-hmm. You have to be open to new things, and you have to network with people and be good to people, and honestly, just working hard every day and I'd go to work from like 8 to 4, leave at 4 and go to school till 9. So I'd bring like my lunch, my dinner, my snacks. Mm-hmm. And that, I think just that over and over again, and granted it burnt me out at the end, so I needed I need a break.
Yeah.
It prepared me for what was to come.
And being open-minded is very key, and you mentioned that, and it's because you can't, you can do whatever you want, but if you really have it closed off, this is the exact job I want, this is the exact time of day I want to work, this is the exact pay I want to have.
You're going to spend a lot of time, years, granted, you could very well come out of school, and many people do. Many people do go, especially if you're living in the city, you go right into a career or something that you want, but there are more people that don't.
Yeah.
So you need to be open to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Explore, just because you majored in one thing, you can take, how many directions that you can take one degree in? Like my communications and journalism, you can take it, the writing with the editing, with all that skill, you can take that in a number, you can take it into marketing.
Yeah.
Communication, obviously you can take that in every direction possible. And then of course I had the minor in marketing, which goes a long way as well. So I luckily had a broad spectrum sort of the direction that I could go in, luckily, because I don't feel that there's that much work anymore in journalism.
Yeah.
There is, but hard work, you'll get there.
There's not as many jobs available out there.
There aren't as many jobs available, unfortunately. Not for many of those categories nowadays, but that's why you have to be open. Just try different things if you don't know what you want to do.
Where does your confidence come from?
I think my confidence comes from when I went through school, because as I was saying earlier, I was
your parents.
Yeah, my parents. I wouldn't be anywhere without my parents. It's honestly, when I was growing up, I was the most shy, quiet. I even got, and I tell the story all the time, when I was in elementary school, I got the award for the most shy or quiet, most quiet.
Really?
And they gave me a whistle. Is that awful?
That's weird.
I was only, when you're in fifth grade,
they want you to make noise. They wanted you to make noise.
10 years old. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. It was awful, but I remember that, and I'll never forget that. But so eventually, and I was like that through middle school, a little bit through high school, I started to come out of it a little bit, but right through college, you're thrust into a world, especially when you take on communications as your major, and you have to do a lot of speeches, and then when you get into...
I was just going to say communications is a a great major because you can put it in anywhere.
Yeah.
Just the word communications. Who doesn't want somebody that's, can communicate?
Yeah.
Right?
And journalism as well. Take someone like me who's so quiet and so shy, and you put them in the career field of journalism. You have to interview people. Like, you have to really put yourself out there. That was terrifying. When I first started journalism, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I getting myself into? But you do it. You get up in the morning. You might have like an anxiety attack. You might be nervous, but you get out there. You do it. You do your job.
Just like
what
Nike
you're supposed
says,
to do. Yeah,
just do it.
Just do it, and it gets done. And it opened up a whole new world for me. And it made me confident. And then of course my parents always standing behind me and everything. And I'm the only child, so I wouldn't be anywhere without my parents, honestly.
Now, what about representing a business? What do you think is the most important thing to remember when you work for another business? You're a marketing director. This is your career.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, you have to represent them everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Just like if you are an entrepreneur, you have to represent your own business.
You have to be the best of yourself all the time.
Yes.
And it is stressful. It's not easy, for sure. When you're you have to portray them. You're the voice for them. You're almost like the face for them.
Yeah.
You're everything. So when you're at a grocery store, even nowadays, like I know so many people.
Yeah.
As do you. Wherever you go, it's like, oh, hi, and then you notice everyone notices you. You notice them, and then if you're not looking so hot. It's
wear
just
a hat.
Yes. But you have to always have a smile on your face.
Yes.
You have to be so positive. Don't ever be in a negative. I mean, there are times in the morning when I get up and I don't want to network. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to anyone, and that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. You
gotta
put your makeup on, you do your hair, you put your nice clothes on, you go out. And you talk to people, you're open to people.
And you fall back on, good old-fashioned values, like just having good manners. Just
good manners, be respectful, don't talk behind, people behind their backs.
Yeah.
Be supportive of each other, be kind.
Yep.
And that I've learned that from everybody in like my business generators group, the BNI.
Yep.
They've taught me that as well. It's all a great relationship, and
you're a team.
You're a team, and they'll take you far. You scratch their back, they'll scratch yours.
Now, what do you love the most about working with the Mamma Mia's family?
I love that they're hard workers, and I hate to keep saying those words, hard workers, but there really is
effort. It's all about effort.
It's effort. It's working 24/7. They've shown me motivation and hard work, and that if you do enough, you'll get to where you want to be. And they're just nonstop, and they're such a kind family. They're so generous, and they've instilled that in me too, because obviously I'm in charge of all the sponsorships and donations and all that, and I know the way that they carry out their business, so I try to do the same.
That is wonderful. I love it.
And now they're little, in the original 4 that are retired now, but they're still working every day.
Yes.
Right from Italy.
And it's all family, and it's their children. And
they still have the heavy accents, Pasquale and Giovanni and their wives, and they're so adorable. They'll come in, give me a kiss on the cheek. I mean, who doesn't love that? They're just an old-fashioned Italian family, and I'm Italian.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. All right,
more Irish than Italian.
We got to go to a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about the 7 locations,
okay.
And why is only one named Carmela's. So I hope you'll stay with us. Please go to powerfulwomenreveal.com and check out all of my upcoming events. I have appearances, meetings, and coming soon, workshops. I'm your host, Nicole Perry. I hope you'll stay with us right here on 95.9 WATD. welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Cara Cipullo, and she is the marketing director at Mamma Mia's and Carmela's restaurants. And we were just talking about their locations. They have 7 locations of Mamma Mia's, but only one of them is called Carmela's. Why is that?
Yeah, so we have 6 Mamma Mia's, and 2 in Plymouth, 1 Kingston, Marshfield, Hanover, Carver, and then we have Carmela's in Kingston. Carmela's was just a different concept. It was
because the first location that they started in 1974.
40 years ago, which was the original Kingston location, which is right near Carmela's. It's Carmela's, Dunkin' Donuts, and then Kingston, Mamma Mia's.
So, and both of those are still there?
They're still there. Actually, Mamma Mia's Kingston, which is the original, just got redone for the first time in 40 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's got refaced and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Shiretown Home Improvements in Plymouth did that, and they did a great job.
Oh.
So Carmela's has been around since 1996. And it was, again, just a different concept. It's fancier dining.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not the family style. It is still family style. Of course, you can bring your family.
Well, it's white. It's more white tablecloth.
Right. It's wine. It's a bottle of wine for 2. It's maybe a nice place to go with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's the prices are obviously a little higher because of the fancier dining. It's just a different experience. They might have like different steaks and pork chops, different things on the menu. Mm-hmm. We have our classic Mamma Mia's dishes over there, some of them, but again, just it's
a little bit fancier.
A little, yeah. It's one. It was a concept, and it was good for one restaurant,
and they kept it that way.
And there's really not a need for another one. There are many types of restaurants like that around, but there aren't. Mamma Mia's, I feel, is there's a lot of Italian restaurants around too, but nothing beats Mamma Mia's, of course.
Well, I have to say, we've been living in Plymouth since 1999.
Yeah.
And we love Mamma Mia's.
Thank you.
We've always taken our children to the waterfront, and now we have one in Pine Hills. I'm so happy.
Which I love because there's more parking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The waterfront's always kind of tricky to get down to in Plymouth. Not during the winter, but...
Not during the winter. Now, why do you think they have been so successful all of these years?
It's all homemade. It's been the same recipes for 40 years. There's love in
everything that they make.
Do you like the show Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes.
The mother in that, Marie, and she always makes the Italian dishes.
Oh, my God.
And she always says, well... you got to put the love in it.
Aww.
It doesn't taste good because it's missing the love.
Aww.
And I just compare
does she leave out a spice? Like she doesn't want people to know?
Yeah, that was that episode.
I love that episode.
She gave Deborah the wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't, it was the love. But that's what it's all about. It's all about they really put their time and effort into the ingredients and where they get their stuff from. They've been getting the same, I think Sammy Viscarello said the same mozzarella cheese from the same person for 30 years.
Yeah.
So, and everything's homemade. The dough's homemade, the sauce is homemade, so that means the pizzas are all homemade, the sauces are all homemade, the entree, everything.
Yeah.
The meatballs, the originals, the retirees are now still making meatballs and tortellini. That's what sets us apart, and that's why they've done so well. And they're also very good business people.
I was going to ask you that because obviously they're really great cooks and they're really great chefs, but they're really great business.
Your food carries you. That's why so many restaurants, I think 1 in 100 or I'm not sure if the stats are, but most restaurants fail when they open. It's unfortunate, but
you have to be savvy in all areas.
If your food isn't good,
then forget it.
It's not going to, your food carries you. That word will spread fast.
Oh, so if your food is good, but you're not a good business person and you're not making the best decisions,
you have to have a good team around you. And I think that's what they expressed once in an article for the 40th anniversary this year, actually. Sammy said that they have, better people, but a good group of people like me, people like their CFO around them that
have their best interest
have their best interest at heart and carry them through. They're taking care of the food, they're taking care of that business aspect of it, but then they have a great team around them and that we all try and work so hard.
Now, Restaurant Week is here.
Restaurant Week is here next Friday.
Now,
this Friday.
How long has Restaurant Week been around? And is it everywhere happening all, from the November 7th to the 14th, or is it just Plymouth? Is it also Boston?
Just Plymouth.
Just Plymouth.
I don't know about if any other towns. I think I've heard in other towns that they do that.
I think they do, but everybody's doing it at a different week. I don't know.
But I haven't heard any in the towns that we have restaurants. So the only one that I know of is the Plymouth Restaurant Week. So we have the two Plymouth restaurants, and they're participating.
Oh, okay.
So
that's why it's only Pine Hills and Plymouth.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know of any that are going on in any other, Marshfield or Hanover or Carver. So just the two Plymouths are participating, and it's all week long, 7th through the 14th.
And how are they going to participate? What are they doing?
They're going to offer, Plymouth Waterfront is offering daily dinner specials. So they're going to do a 3-course for $25.
Nice.
And I don't have the menu yet for it. That's all I know. And I know that I'm going to get that hopefully in the next couple of days.
Obviously by the 7th.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Actually, this show is airing on the 9th.
Yes.
So Restaurant Week is already happening right now.
Restaurant Week would be happening, and you can go right to our website and find out what the menu is going to be for that.
Okay.
And then Pine Hills is supposed to be doing a 4-course lunch deal for $25, which
I did see that it was lunch only.
They should be. Hopefully, they're. You'll know when this airs if it's going to be for dinner as well.
Oh, okay.
Again, but people check our www. Not that you have to do www.
I know, you don't have to say the W's anymore.
MamaMia's.net.
And it's 2 M's on Mama.
Yes, and you can find out what the deals are going to be.
And no apostrophe. So MamaMia's.net.
Yes.
And I can't wait. Now, what's happening? Okay, well, can't mention that. It's already happening. It's already happened. Can't mention that.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of events coming up, and we're actually part of the New England Food Festival coming up in a couple weeks too.
Oh.
It's November 22nd, which is the same day as the Plymouth Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, so wait a minute. Say this again. The New England Food Festival.
Yes. It happens every year. It goes on under the white tent at the Plymouth Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, okay.
So you enter. So Mama Mia is entering, and we will be cooking up a couple of things. You have to have enough food for 2,000 people.
Oh, my God.
We did it last year.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy, and there's a lot of people.
Wow.
It's great advertisement.
Very good advertisement.
Yeah, it is great. And, it's a long day, but it's such a great reach. I gave out at that time last year what we were doing for Black Friday and for a holiday gift card offer. And it was a great way to let people know what we were doing. So you can't beat that.
You are good at marketing.
Well, you just got to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. Anytime that you're out with the public and that you're able to pass out, little pieces of paper.
Yep.
Get it in.
Save the date or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, we're going to have to go to another break, and we'll be right back with Cara Cipullo, and she's the marketing director at Mama Mia's and Carmela's Restaurants. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, so stay with us right here on 95.9 WATD. Welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Cara Cipullo. I love your name.
Well, I love that you're saying it right.
Well, I did a little cheat sheet and
every time though. You're good. You're spot on.
And she is the marketing director with Mamma Mia's and Carmela's. And I want to talk about the catering for Mamma Mia's. How much of the business is really all about the catering, and is it at every location?
It's a good chunk of it. We're trying to boost the catering. Next year that's going to be my main goal, my number one priority. We're huge around holiday right now, though. Holiday parties. You can book a holiday party at a few of our locations, Plymouth Waterfront, the Carver location, Marshfield, and Carmela's. So any one of those locations, you can actually have a private party, and we'll accommodate your needs. Or if you want to do catering, you can do takeout trays. And
I saw that.
You can get that at any location. They're just, our food, but take it home.
Yep.
Or you can call Carver or Marshfield, and they both will do full service catering for weddings, for baby showers, for anything you want like that.
Anything.
So we can do it all. And we don't just do Italian food. We can accommodate, we can do finger sandwich platters, dessert platters.
Yeah.
Different stuff. It's obviously our base is all the Italian, but you can work off of that. They'll work with you.
Yeah. I used to work in catering.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's a lot of work.
And I only did it at like a deli restaurant.
I don't know how our catering manager, Amy, is fantastic. I don't know how she does it, but we work really well together. She's with me at a lot of events because we do a lot of promotion. That we'll bring food and have people try it, and people, they love it.
Now, what about gluten-free?
We offer, in the restaurants, we offer gluten-free pasta and gluten-free pizza mostly. We haven't really hit like the gluten-free entrees yet.
Okay.
It's gluten-free is very difficult. You have to have a whole section, like area to do it in. And
you know what I love though? You guys do potatoes and you do rice.
Yes.
And doesn't the stuffed peppers have rice in it? I thought
I
did.
believe so.
Okay.
Or maybe. Oh gosh, no.
Well,
I'm questioning on the ingredients.
I love the stuffed peppers, and I just haven't had one recently, so I couldn't remember. But I love that you have those options.
But yeah, gluten-free pizza and gluten-free pasta.
Okay.
That's what we're carrying at the moment, and hopefully, down the road we'll get a little bit more into maybe some. But there's tons of vegetable plates, fish plates. There's tons of. They'll do it for you.
And they're really very accommodating, because if you a little bit high maintenance and you're a little specific with what you want, they'll, can I have potatoes instead of this, or can I have this instead of that? And they work with you.
They'll take care of it. Well, they know what's good for them is, pleasing their customer, and that's, number one to me as well.
Yeah. Now, what else is happening coming up? You're on the New Year's Eve committee?
I'm on the Plymouth Rocks New Year's Eve committee, which is a committee that's been planning this event for a year. I joined a few months ago, and we meet every Thursday night at the Radisson to go over the plans, and it's November, so we're only 7 weeks away.
I know.
And it's getting really crunch time. We're working, I'm not only doing my regular job, but I'm trying to do stuff for the New Year's Eve committee as well. And it's a black tie event. It's going to be at Plymouth at Memorial Hall. Tickets are on sale now.
Black tie.
Yeah, black
love
tie.
it.
Tickets are $100 a person, and they're on sale at PlymouthRocksNewYear'sEve.com.
I wonder if my husband's tux still fits.
Well, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get down to my goal weight so I can get into a nice dress for that evening. But it's gonna be ice sculptures, red carpet, midnight masquerade. So mask like fancy.
Real? Oh, I have a beautiful fancy mask.
Yes. So
really?
We're hoping over 500 people. It's gonna be, the food's being donated. It's gonna be an amazing evening.
And it's gonna be at Memorial Hall.
Yes. And there's gonna be a VIP section upstairs.
And what did you say about the Plymouth 400 being involved?
All the money raised from this event goes to the Plymouth 400, which is the Plymouth 400th anniversary in 2020.
Yeah.
So it's going to a good cause.
Yeah.
Or a good fundraiser.
All right. Well, now we just got a couple of minutes left. I do want to ask you, who in the restaurant industry inspires you, or the marketing industry?
So I do definitely turn to a lot of restaurants to see what they're doing. I wouldn't say anyone necessarily inspires me. You get inspiration all over the place. I try to be my own person though and do our own thing and learn, especially going to the marketing marketing conference. But when I went down to Atlanta, we got to go Tuesday evening. It was a Tuesday evening to the World of Coca-Cola. And everybody knows that Coca-Cola does terrific marketing. It was amazing.
Wow.
You go in there, they knew their stuff.
Yeah.
It was the museum, so of course they do it over, but Jim Saunders got to talk to us. Well, we got to hear him talk. He works on Coca-Cola Freestyle, so they had the corporate offices over there. It was amazing. You go in, we watched a movie for a couple minutes, and then it opened up into the huge museum. We got the whole place to ourselves.
Wow.
We got to meet the Coca-Cola polar bear.
I was going to say, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when you say Coca-Cola.
They had a huge dinner, fancy dinner with tables and candles set up. It was amazing.
Wow.
You look at something so big and so much bigger than yourself, because I mean they're all over the country. I mean they were talking about all different parts of the world in their video, and the way that they brand themselves and the music they use for their ads, and it's like that is what I want to be. That's a world I want to be a part of.
You want to be that powerful in marketing.
Yeah. They're that good. Like you go in and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It was effortless.
Oh.
It was so effortless.
Well, it's not.
It's not, but they make it look that way.
They make it look that way.
And that's how
These are all people that are working hard, just as hard as you did.
And that's how I want people to look at us and think that, like, oh, you can't really tell, but everything is effortless, and so you can't tell any crack or.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing experience to see something that's so above yourself, and it's so popular, and to be amongst that, and it was unbelievable. The whole gift shop to ourselves, I could have bought everything. It was very inspiring just to see all the stuff their names on.
That is great. And how long has Coca-Cola been around?
Forever. Granted, we use Pepsi at our restaurant, so I'm not promoting Coca-Cola, but I'm talking just to be in that environment.
That's so funny that you just said that.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately.
okay. That's all right. Now, we are almost out of time, but I want to go back to, the college, talking about college just one last time. Yes. If there's a listener today that is, hearing your story, and they're graduating college this year, what advice would you give?
I thought about that a little bit, and I think that there's so many things that I would tell someone, but be open to everything and anyone.
Specifically about seeking employment.
Seeking it, right. If you don't know what to do, try different things, but have a good attitude, be respectful. You never know who you're going to run into. Always have a smile on your face. Be friendly, be nice to people, be kind. It's just, and again, be open to failure, be open to everything. I failed many times in my life, and it's gotten me to where I am, and I really wouldn't be the person I am without my mistakes.
Yeah, you have to fail. Fail,
it's the only way you're going to learn.
Fail often.
Yeah,
right?
So don't get upset. Don't be too worried. Just be open to failure. Be open to possibilities. Try to say yes as much as possible.
Yeah,
and you'll do well. Believe in yourself.
And how do you, overcome a challenge? Like, if you're faced with that adversity.
You talk to people.
Yeah.
You have people to lean on.
Get it off your chest and get advice.
Vent.
Yeah.
I have a lot of business friends that I can talk to, get advice from. Don't be afraid to talk to people. I mean, that's one thing.
Don't vent and don't be catty with everybody.
No. Yeah. Be very careful as to who you're speaking to. That is one thing I have learned. Always have one person you can go to, and you just deal with it as much as you can. It'll be okay. Challenges come, and challenges are great, and they make you a better person. I want challenges in my life. Otherwise, it's just boring.
Me too.
It's a boring life.
You are so inspiring.
Oh, thank you so much.
You are like beyond your years. I am so glad that I had you on today. We are out of time.
I wish we could have more.
I know.
Thank you.
Well, maybe you'll come on again.
Maybe.
I'm very grateful and proud to promote powerful women on the show, such as Cara. I want to thank her again for being here today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I want to thank you for listening and recognizing all of these powerful women right along with me. You can find lots of information at powerfulwomenrevealed.com. I hope you will tune in next Sunday after the news at noon. I'm your host, Nicole Perry. Have a great week, and remember, knowledge is power. thank you so much for watching the Powerful Women Revealed show. Powerful Women Revealed is a compelling way for entrepreneurial women to capture and share who they are, why they are so passionate about what they do, and how their business is unique and stands above the rest. Albeit most of the women on the Power Show are entrepreneurs, I am proud to promote women in many different types of businesses, as well as established businesses with brick and mortar. It is always very important to communicate who we are, regardless of our business, and why our products or services are exceptional, and communicate that in a powerful way. The Power Show is a unique platform for women to really convey what their mission is in this life and what they stand for. It is a place to use their voice and give their noble message the validity that it deserves. The message that I really got from Cara was that she exemplifies and stresses the importance of upholding graceful manners and good old-fashioned hard work, which clearly the family of Mamma Mia's also holds dear to their hearts. The Power Show is for the woman who has something to say and will stop at nothing until her voice is heard, which is totally Cara. It is a chance to reveal the truth, ignite a fire, and inspire others with our words of wisdom. It is so much more than a show about embracing vulnerability, communicating our beliefs, and bonding with other powerful women. Powerful Women Revealed is about strengthening who we are together, empowering women of all ages to follow their dreams, and inspiring the women of our future generations to be that change that they want to see. It is my personal mission to acknowledge such amazing women in business, such as Cara, and women entrepreneurs. I have the pleasure of meeting and knowing some really amazing women, and I am absolutely honored to promote them in and beyond my community. Cara Cipullo is a powerful woman, and Cara clearly is a mentor for many women in business, as well as women seeking a career, with her powerful outlook in and beyond the business environment. Cara is a go-getter, and she does everything with grace and ease. She exemplifies the meaning of strength, admiration, and loyalty. Cara is all about teamwork, as she describes her admiration for her BNI Business Generators group and how important it is to build each other up. She is clearly empowered to be involved with such groups in her community that encompass people that want to see each other thrive and are clearly happy for each other's successes. What I love about supporting Cara and the Mamma Mia's family is that they hold gratification very high on their list of values. Cara is extremely grateful for her marketing director position and every opportunity that comes her way. Cara Cipullo is such a unique woman, a powerful woman, beyond her years, and it is clear that the owners of Mamma Mia's saw this in Cara when they decided to bring her into their business. The Mamma Mia's family has had their business for over 40 years, and they know how to surround themselves with really smart and great people that hold their best interest at heart. Cara is such an inspiration to me, especially when she states that she is the person she is today because of the mistakes that she's made and constant devotion to working hard for the people that she's involved with in her life. I am so proud to promote women, promote who they are, what they stand for, and how they are helping people in and beyond the community. I hope that you will tune in next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another episode, and I want to thank you so much for watching Powerful Women Revealed.